Hi guys, we're group 2. I'm Ruichen, environmental science major.
I'm Charlotte, a pre-vet major.
I'm Rachel, an environmental science major.
I'm Matt, an NRC major.
Great. We're here to talk about palm oil today. So first of all, palm oil is indispensable in our modern lifestyle. Almost every product around us, like food, personal care product, and cleaning product, contain palm oil. Palm oil makes our life easier.
But we all know that the production of palm oil is a major contributor to deforestation in Southeast Asia. This deforestation harms the environment as well as local and global communities. The dilemma that global organizations are not strict enough to slow down the deforestation and that the current alternative oil sources are ill-developed and underfunded.
We advocate that all consumers should reduce their palm oil consumption to slow the demand for palm oil and therefore slow the rate of deforestation that's happening. The reduction in consumption of palm oil needs customers to be clear about what products actually contain palm oil.
Due to the high production and low cost of palm oil, the industry is growing rapidly. Southeast Asia's environment and public health are suffering the consequences. According to an article by Wilkov and their collaborators, Indonesia is the world's largest producer, being responsible for 60% of the global palm oil production. The plantations used to farm the crop take up a large amount of land, leading to major deforestation. This industry causes more deforestation than logging. The repercussions being extreme ecological damage, habitat fragmentation, biodiversity loss, even extinction. According to an article by Sodi and their collaborators, in 2003, 3 plants and 8 animal species were declared extinct. Just imagine the damage is done 17 years later. Large gaps in the forest lead to ecosystem decay and segregation of populations. Current plantations solely support crop trees. No other plants or animals can survive there. Without biodiversity, resources like water and air are at risk. Without forests, zoonotic diseases spread. Without plants, insects, or microorganisms, crops fail to grow.
One species in particular being pushed toward extinction by the palm oil industry is the orangutan. In a paper published by Swarno, the extensive loss of valuable orangutan habitat that is being converted into palm oil plantations is one of the primary causes for orangutans now being listed as critically endangered. The loss of healthy forest cover also comes with the loss of functional ecosystem benefits, including important processes like watershed filtration, and has caused increases in erosion. Furthermore, a paper published by Kim demonstrated how these impacts hurt not only the local ecosystem, but the local communities, as many people rely on these watershed services to have clean water for daily use, as well as severe erosion often causing extensive damage. Furthermore, the natural forest is also a carbon sink, which is important for trying to reduce the growing threat of climate change. Unfortunately, often when the forest is removed to make room for a new oil palm plantation, the process used to clear the forest is burning down the area in question. This releases the previously sequestered carbon into the atmosphere, adding significantly to the growing atmospheric CO2 levels and helping exacerbate climate change.
On a human rights level, there are a lot of issues within the palm oil industry. According to a publication by the International Council on Clean Transportation, communities surrounding palm oil plantations are at a greater risk for negative health outcomes from a variety of sources, such as air pollution, water pollution, and pesticide use. Air pollution is causing an increase in cardiovascular and respiratory diseases, and the increased risk of exposure to numerous pesticides and herbicides in polluted water sources can lead to many health problems and possibly even death. Indigenous communities' rights are also often ignored, and the land that they live on and use for their own crops ends up being taken from them. According to a paper by Maisabella and their collaborators, workers on these plantations are also at a greater risk for poor health outcomes. They have an increased risk of musculoskeletal conditions, numerous injuries, catching infectious diseases such as malaria and leptospirosis, and more. There's an incredible lack of overall safety within the working environment on palm oil plantations, and there's a big child labor problem as well.
The bad consequences of palm oil industry drew some global awareness. In 2004, the RSPO Roundtable of Sustainable Palm Oil was formed with the mission transforming markets to make sustainable palm oil the norm. However, in the past 15 years, only 19% of global products are certified by RSPO, not a large portion indeed. Moreover, the sustainable palm oil is actually not sustainable in terms of environment. Deforestation never stopped over the past 30 years. Here, a study done by Gaddy and Valichevskia in 2020 showed 2 series of landscape change in Borneo and Sumatra on a landscape that are certified by RSPO. The original intact forest transformed into columns and rows of plantation on the certified land. The author indicates that these lands were large mammals habitats in the 1990s, so RSPO did a poor job on its mission.
The ideal overall solution would be to replace palm oil agriculture with a different oil crop. However, the solution is not that simple. According to an article by Skrafowski, and every alternative, if relied on to the extent of palm oil, would lose any potential sustainability. The key is moderation. Looking at the ingredients list and buying products with other oils should be prioritized. Hence, we propose that every time you pick up a snack for the planet, check its oil source. Look for palm oil hidden with different names. Be aware of the brands that support this industry. We believe that we can eliminate the severely harmful industry that is palm oil by reducing our palm oil consumption in a collective manner. If you would like to learn more about this issue, visit our blog.